Good morning, good morning, good morning, beloveds. Good morning. This is our morning of the dove service, offering, prayer time, communing time. And I'm so grateful to be here. I'm so grateful to be here. It's one of those mornings where I have an incredible headache and I'm tired. It's been a long week. It's been a lot of there. I've had a lot of changes, a lot of unknowns are in my life. These unknowns, both exciting and yet I have apprehension. Obviously, I'm a human. And as much as I have a connection to the divine, my humanity really does enjoy being present. And I've learned to embrace my humanity and let that be an aspect of truth, because I do believe the human heart is the gift of the divine. That is our gift. We are part of this earth, this beautiful earth. We're part of the cosmos, and everything has a unique expression, and ours is the human heart, which I think is incredible. And it's the one tool one technology in the universe that amplifies at the highest rate within us. And yet it is the most underutilized and misutilized tool within our regulating system. And I presence that today because, what's going through my mind when I was about to come into this sacred space, into the sanctuary of prayer, was fear. What happens when fear grips? What happens when I am taking a risk to launch this beautiful church, this beautiful sanctuary, our university, our leadership platforms? We have a lot that we're building, my team and I, that's absolutely beautiful and born of the heart, born of some of the purest and deepest places to serve. And fear grips. Memories of the past failures or wins, however you choose to frame them, come rushing through your mind. Or scenarios in the future that run through your head. They just have full reign to run through the head. And the heart, this vibrational tool, technology, the human heart, that amplifies and radiates waves throughout the consciousness and can change worlds by a simple amplification. And the power that our thoughts have to dictate the condition of our heart. And yet the heart has more neuron capacity and amplification capacity than the mind. And yet we let our mind go uncontrolled, unfettered, unwatched, and allow our heart to have all these feelings. And I'm speaking about myself. Let's be really clear. Like, I'm putting us in this. I'm talking about myself. And I'm so grateful that I have a muscle that I use because of my training. And when I say training, it's not just my study, which I've studied a lot and I continue to study. When I speak of training, I'm talking about the muscle of devotion. The muscle of devotion. The muscle of prayer. The muscle of taking on my mind, because I no longer seek to allow it to control and determine my fate or to crush me. I no longer seek to not experience joy even in the midst of chaos. I no longer seek to be fearful when I have a vision and a dream that I have has had as long as I can remember. And I'm willing to take the risk and to go for it and not be reasonable. I am willing to have a devotional component within me, which is prayer, meditation, study, listening to podcasts that affirm me, not add fear to me, to turn off news, still staying aware, but to turn off news, to be of service to others who have less than me, to affirm with gratitude all that I have, even when I seemingly can't see it. Fear, 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 fear. Now I'm going to tell you, fear is hell on earth. You are your own damn prisoner, people. All right, let me reframe that. I'm my own damn prisoner. Can you relate? Right? Like fear, doubt, worry, concern, low self-esteem, not believing we're good enough, listening to external forces, believing in oppression and subjugation like it actually has a purpose. That's a manifestation of how people feel inside. And it's time to end the slavery of self and to move into love, to move into liberation, to move into joyful dance, dancing in the rain. Remember that movie? And you might not be old enough to know that movie, but dancing in the rain, right? Dancing in the rain. See, we have this term, God is everything or God is nothing. In other words, if I'm one with the one and I trust, I will be provided for. And it's interesting, as we were launching the church a few weeks ago, like really coming out and getting into our groove, I was listening to Ilyana Van Zandt, and she said it so ministerial like, when you have a vision, God provides the provision. And that like literally brought me to my knees. My job is to have the vision and to take action against that vision and to ensure the amplification of my heart stays attuned with that vision. Because see, that vision brings me joy. It brings me happiness. It brings me love. Because the vision I have is a community and a future that is realized now, built in love, built in harmony, built in taking care of each other, built in nurturing, built in a sanctuary where provisions are shared, circular business models, where every unique expression is realized and there is not one owner. We are co-owners, with still an emphasis on profits, but profits to do what we need to do to care for our neighbor, to put provisions on the tables for others. Because see, God has always made sure people were in my space to give me a hand when I needed it. There is nobody that is rich who has not made it because it was somebody else that gave to them, even if it is the customer buying their product. There is always somebody lending a hand. And generosity, it is a condition of the heart. Condition of the heart. I was in Course in Miracles this morning, lesson 197. I'm about to reread it a couple of times so I can go deeper. But what I heard, it is up to me to be grateful for the gifts I have been given and to share them gratefully, regardless of who I think will receive them. Because it's not up for me to just determine who receives my gift. It is up to me to be grateful for my gift. That is the condition of the heart. That is prosperity. That is abundance. That is happiness. That is joy. It is up to me to rise and hold a constant of a community that values each other. See, I have this beautiful group of 9 people. We're all partners. The harmony within this organization, every voice is different. Every voice is, gosh, they're brilliant. They're brilliant. I'm brilliant. And yet we dance in harmony. We are not seeking to outpace each other, one-up each other. We are seeking to union, but you know what our common core is? All of our hearts have an application of lifting each other up first and then lifting our communities up. With the concept that nobody gets left behind and we don't get to choose justice. We are not the arbiters of justice. That's God's job. My job is to love so big and to hold that vision and to not have fear. Who cares if I get squashed like a bug? I've been squashed before. Society has squashed me before. Society has squashed me before. We're in a world of competition. Sometimes I don't rise, others do. And it feels awful. I'm not gonna lie, it feels awful. It feels awful. I did not take that gracefully. It just wasn't my time. It wasn't my time. I don't know what God has for Sancta Luma and for Conscious Ethos and for me. I do know I have a vision that has been near and dear to my heart since I left corporate, and actually even longer, but really I started building this business model and these curriculums. And because the love was so deep in my heart, 9 other people heard the vision. I mean, like they owned it in their own heart. And they're all in. They're all in with so much love, so much passion, so much joy. And we are holding each other up in ways that blow my mind. If this is a microcosm of a community to be birthed into the macrocosm, then I am blessed beyond measure. I am blessed beyond measure because this is God's work to me. This is why I'm a reverend. This is why I'm a minister. This is why I have a life of service. To watch these people flourish within their heart. And the material stuff that comes, and that's what usually gets me, and the fear is the material. I'm terrified. But babies, I grew up poor. I've had millions, I've had nothing. And I've gone back and forth. But what cannot get robbed from me unless I give it away is the condition of my heart, my gratitude, my love of God, my vow to God. And I'm not talking about a man in the sky. I'm talking about a oneness so benevolent, so beautiful. What I saw in my near-death experience is the totality that is breathtaking and wordless. It is wordless, which altered the entire course of my life because I have no choice but to do what I'm doing and take each step each day in faith. And I'm guided to remind myself that biblically, Jesus told the apostles when he sent them out, go out without your things. Your food and your housing will be provided for. You will be provided for. See, that's what Ilyana said, right? That's what she said. The Yoruban priestess, what she said is this great, wise spiritual teacher. She's so robust. You have the vision. God has the provision. My job is to align my heart with God, so true, so pure, so real, that in the face of everything falling apart, and make no mistake about it, my heart aches that there are bombs dropping. I can't even believe that in my lifetime, we might be watching World War III. But I'm going to tell you something. What is mine to do is to love so deeply that people have a metamorphosis within themselves because they are loved into their own wholeness, which is the truth, the non-dual state of reality. So fear. Jesus showed us the way. He showed us the way. He said, if you walk this way, this is what you can expect. And heaven is on earth. Should you take these steps? Buddha said the same thing, right? Should you, the Bhagavad Gita, it says the same thing. Should you do these steps, you too can have the kingdom and the liberation and the freedom of heaven on earth, because that resides in you. And once it resides in you, it ripples into the world. And this is where communities thrive. This is how communities thrive. This is why communities thrive. And we seek to do no harm. And we also tend to our crops. If something is seeking to infect it, we ensure that it doesn't get infected, just like the condition of my heart and the condition of my mind. My mind must be treated with wholeness medicine, affirmations on a daily basis, because that is the evil lurking in the world. There's no devil. There's no evil. The evil is a condition of my mind that gets amplified. So if I have a condition of love and light and gratitude and joy, and then I use this great magnifier, the heart, the amplification is the Tesla coil itself. I am a biocharger. I am the magnetic field that either pushes hate or pushes love, that pushes fear or pushes joy, that pushes anger or pushes peace. I get to choose, but I must be obedient to my devotion, my practices, the conditions, which means I need to block out the noise and what everybody else is saying and get centered. My friend Jimmy, God bless him, he's no longer here, but he's here with me. Y'all know I'm a medium and he's here with me all the time. Jimmy always used to say to me, baby, your job is to get into position. I wish I could say his voice. I can hear him in my head, but I can't say his voice right. I'm a Texas preacher, man. Baby, your job is to get into position because God will find you there. How do I get into position? Prayer, meditation, studying, listening to things that treat my mind with wholeness, with wellness, with affirmation. Miracles occur minute by minute by minute in like the dozens, the milliseconds. I am the delay factor in the quantum sphere. I didn't know I had so much to say today, people. I didn't know I had so much to say. However, let's go into prayer. And that was a very long Dharma talk this morning. And maybe it's because my heart has fear. My heart has fear. So I needed my own medicine. And I needed to speak my truth into existence and be human with you, to be vulnerable with you, to show my truth. We have started this church and I'm terrified. Because all we want to do is serve, but we also want to take care of ourselves. And I have watched these people labor over the last 7 months. We have this university, we have this leadership program to develop leaders of the new world. And what if? Because all of us are called to serve. All of us are called to serve. Every one of us answered the call, the sacred yes, to serve others and to build something where communities can thrive. And sometimes I can't see why I said yes. I can't. I'm like, I don't got those nice shoes anymore. I don't have the purse. I don't have the glasses. I don't look like those bougies. And I want to. And yet my heart says, no, baby. No, you feed the people. You bring them home. You bring them home to God. You bring them home to themselves. That's my gold. That's my gold. Every coin dropped in that cup is an overflow to me. I had the pleasure of working with a couple yesterday. And I cried the whole time because I couldn't believe the gift I got to be in union with them. My cup was overflowing. That is why I became a reverend. That is why. That's why we opened a church. So y'all have a home where you will be loved, not abused by the hierarchical churches. I'm sick of that shit. I don't need a man wagging his finger at me or a preacher speaking at me from the pulpit. I'm with you. I sit at the table with you. I break bread with you. And my job is to ensure you find the minister in you. So you too can do what you're called to do. That's my job. All right, here comes the prayer. I got to talking again. So this morning of the morning dove, and the prayer that we have, I am so grateful. I'm so grateful and delighted that I get to do what I love, which is to pray. I love to pray. I love to pray, and I love to pray out loud, and I love to share it with you. I'm so grateful that my gifts are taking form and amplifying. I am so grateful that I get to witness you as a sacred witness. I get to witness you as your gifts come online and amplify. And in this space, I recognize the beauty and the love of God. That dove that gets sent to us each day upon the new dawn rising. The love that gets moved through me as I recognize the truth of this love. And in this recognition, I have a oneness, a spiritual realization of oneness that moves me into humility and reverence, in awe state, that I can see such beauty and share that gift with you. And I'm thankful for that moment. I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for you. I am thankful. I get to share my gift with you, and you are willing to receive it, even if you don't understand it, even if you don't like it. Thank you for receiving it. I know this morning dove, it brings a new dawn. And the new world is upon us, and this vision is held in my holy eye watch. And I'm grateful for those who are coming along to help me carry that vision and hold the vision. We each have a bucket and a hoe, and we are willing to work and dig and grow and build within ourselves first, and then within our organization, and then within our community. I'm grateful for the momentum that is building, that people will come to know there is a home for them where doors are not closed to them. All are welcome. And we will lift you up. We will provide provision until you can provide for yourself. But you will not be left. This makes me just, this vision of joy, this new world, this new place, this new space, where medicine is free to all, where wellness and wholeness is a given because it's our inherent right, not a commercialized project that leaves everyone out. Where the joy of living in the grass blades under our feet are the normal dance. The birds singing are a normal song, and that is how we live each moment of every day. In communion, in community. And that we guide our emotions and our minds to be utilized to co-create the new world of love, the new dawn. And we let the dove fly with love in its heart because it reflects the love in our heart. And so, beloveds, I know this was a long one today. But know I love you. Know I love you. And human Kirstin, she'll be fallible. She might say some things to you that she'll regret. She'll clean it up. But the God in me sees the God in you. And the divine in me sees the divine in you. And together, those two divines, when we merge them into our hearts, together they create a world where there is no war. There's just love and peace and caring for one another. And it is true. People tell me to be reasonable and to have a basic plan. If y'all know me, there's nothing basic about me. You can leave the basic to the basic. That's not me. I've been given big visions. I'm an innovator. That's my role. That's my role. And I will move through my fear until this is realized. This vision is realized. Because I know God provides. All of my needs are met. I love you, beloveds. I love you.